Nice job by the stakes coordinator getting Auto Glide into the Battery Park, a racing office special. He gets up in the final strides. Julian Laperoux, nice ride there for Greg Compton, 1240, nice win price. What a nice claim that Calumet Farm bred Auto Glide was for the Compton barn.
Super claim, taking this horse for $30,000 off Steve Asmussen, and a really patient ride from Julian Laperoux. Auto Glide, Laperoux told me after the race, bobbled a little bit coming out of there. He decided to just let this horse find his rhythm. For a second, it looked like Mo Visitor was going to get away from everybody on the second turn, but then Auto Glide came with a determined run, and we can't forget about Shaft's Bullet. It was so game in between horses. It was a thrilling race.
Yeah, that was an awesome race to start the stakes action. So here we go, race 7, $125,000 Dashing Beauty for filly and mares 3 and up, 6 furlongs on the main track. We kick off the late pick 4 right now in race 7. Let's take a look at the 1, Olivia Darling, the 9-5 morning line favorite from the Jorge Delgado barn. Javier Castellano rides this 5-year-old mare by Palace, and she was razor sharp earlier this year. That was a big win against Grade 2 Company at Gulfstream last January. Big second at Gulfstream in early March, and then kind of a clunker in that Grade 1 at Churchill on Kentucky Derby week. That was a Grade 1, a little easier spot today, but she didn't get much confidence out of that race, so you wonder what kind of shape she is coming into this race.
Yeah, that race was probably just a little bit too tough for her. She was 21-1 against Vava, who might be the best filly and mare sprinter in the country right now. That race produced 3 next out winners. 2 of them earned 99 Beyer speed figures in their subsequent win. Olivia Darling, you're right, just fits very well in this race from a class standpoint, has the tactical speed to settle back off what should be a fast pace. She's simply the horse to beat. Has to come off a little bit of a layoff, but I think the freshening will do her some good.
All right, looks like we're both looking for a little value in this race. We both pick against the 1, Olivia Darling. She's 8-5 right now. Let's take a look at the 2, Late Frost, who's going to be my top pick in this race. A homebred for the Bentleys, well-bred 4-year-old daughter of Frosted. Jamie Rodriguez will ride this. Filly was good as a 3-year-old. She was a big third against Grade 3 Company at Charlestown last August. She tailed off form a little bit since then. After having to win her off, though, the comeback race in the ski pad at Pimlico, I thought that was a pretty good third after not having the best start. Now it's her second race back this year as a 4-year-old. She loves it here at Delaware. She's 3 for 3 in the money here at Delaware with a couple wins. The Michael Matz barn is quietly having a very solid meet. They had a big win the other day with that Tequilita filly, Arch Street, coming off the layoff. I think they have this filly in good form right now. I put the 2, Late Frost on top.
She's been very consistent throughout her career ever since she began her career as a 2-year-old for Michael Matson. You're right, the last race, the Ski Pat, was a good race. First off of the layoff, she faced some solid competition, and she stayed relatively close to a fast pace that day. One of the also-rans came back to an 86 Beyer speed figure when stakes placed against Ohio-bred stakes competition at Belterra, and that race was over a muddy track. She has run well on fast going in the past. She can kick at a price.
All right, so 11-1 there on the 2. The 3, Good Girl, Bad Habits, a 4-year-old filly by Mastery for Brittany Russell. Sheldon Russell rides this filly. She has a ton of early speed. She gets a big 119 early time form rating. She's won 3 of 4 starts. The only race she didn't run very good in was the Acorn last summer at Belmont. Then they gave her a big long break. The comeback race, her 4-year-old debut, couldn't have been any better down there at Pimlico. She won easy by 5 with a 76 Beyer speed figure. So the sky's the limit maybe for this 4-year-old filly. I use her in the exacta.
She's the proverbial any kind. She's going to be getting tested for class for the first time in her career, but her first 2 starts last year were absolutely brilliant, winning by a combined 23 lengths. She lost all chance at the start of the Acorn, and she was facing some really good horses like Champion Pretty Mischievous, but she stumbled at the start, tried to rush up into a hot pace, and understandably tired. Brittany wisely gave this horse plenty of time off, and she aired to start off Preakness week in a second-level allowance. She is wickedly fast from the gate. Now she's going to be facing some other fast horses, and this is, again, is the toughest class test of her career.
All right, so 4-1 there on the 3. The 4, Jersey Pearl, I didn't use. Maybe I overlooked this filly a little bit. Francisco Arietta rides for Darren Miller. She had a nice win against Stakes Company last November to wrap up her 3-year-old campaign. Now she's coming off the long layoff. She's been training down there in Kentucky. She's run a 95 Beyer speed figure before. I just thought a real tough spot to come off the long layoff.
I'm going to trust Darren Miller here off the layoff with Jersey Pearl, however, because he's always treated this filly like she was good. After she won a couple of allowance races at Churchill Downs. Threw to the Wolves a little bit in the test in the Prioress, and she acquitted herself pretty well against good competition. Note she beat Alva Star at Churchill Downs off the layoff last year, so she does run well fresh. And her most recent start was at Mahoning Valley. She looked good that day, sitting off the pace, and she's the kind of filly with tactical speed. She's going to be sitting second or third. I think she'll be right in the thick of things when they turn for home.
Well, I certainly might have overlooked her a little bit. She's run some big numbers. If she's ready to roll off the layoff, she'll be tough. The 5, Begon from the Ned Allard barn. This barn's on fire right now. Michael Sanchez rides this mare. I didn't use her at all. The 2 races this year just haven't been very good against better company, but she's been beaten. She got beat 14 lengths last time. She's going to have to do a lot better today.
Super square price, though, right now at 13-1, considering what she's done in her career. She is a stakes winner that's popped some triple-digit Beyer speed figures. She's got plenty of early speed. She's getting class relief after racing in 3 graded stakes races. You'll know her early.
All right, the 6, Nightcap, runs first off the claim today for trainer Horacio De Paz. Flavian Pat will ride. She had a big allowance win at Tampa, 2 back, but she's stepping up in the deep water today.
Super impressive win at Tampa Bay, 2 starts back. The problem was she faced good girl, bad habits last time out at Pimlico and just couldn't get within range. She is taking a lot of money right now, 5-1. Flavian Pratt takes them out. I need a little bit more.
All right, so let's take a look at the 7, Fee, who's 22-1 right now from the Jesse Cruz barn. She ran well against Stakes Company at Penn National after having a few months off. 73 Beyer speed figure that day. She's going to have to improve off that race, but she did run a positive race last out.
And she was beaten by an odds-on favorite in that race, so she ran quite well after opening up a stretch lead. It was her first start off a 2.5-month layoff. Maybe she benefits with that race under her girth, but she's going to need a strong Beyer boost against this very tough cast.
All right, scratch the 8, the 9, Red Hot Mess. I use in my picks here. John Geraldo rides this filly for Chelsea Moisey, a 5-year-old mare by Shackelford. She gets a 75 late time form rating. She ran a real credible second coming off the layoff behind the Grade 1 winner Alva Star, and this filly was good last year, a couple years ago here at Delaware. She's been working up a storm in the morning. Look at all those bullet workouts. I think the 9, Red Hot Mess, can outrun her odds at 12-1.
This barn did a sensational job getting her ready off such a lengthy layoff. A year and a half in her most recent start, and then she catches a short field where Alva Star dominated on the front. She ran very well to be second. She can certainly step forward off of that race, and you're right, she has a fast time form U.S. late pace rating. 12-1's a square price.
All right, so nice 8-horse field here in the $125,000 Dashing Beauty going 6 furlongs. We kick off the late pick 4 right now. Dan's picks are 4, 1, 2, 5. My picks are 2, 3, 9, 1. We're just 3 minutes out. Good luck.